9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It's the Queen Bee of WWT, Wrestling with Honey with
Honey Pop Predictions. Hello. Happy Friday, beautiful people, and welcome to our Honey Night SmackDown watch along, our second Honey Night SmackDown watch along of the new year. I am your hostess with the mostest, the Queen Bee of WWT, one half of the digital tag team champions, the most electrifying digital tag team champions, I should say, the sweetest oos, and queen of all things Honey Pop Predictions, Wrestling with Honey in the building for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along as part of Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. And I know I am sorry, I am very tardy to the party, and a lot has already happened, and we will go through it all. We will also be having a quick post show after this as well. And I kind of want to make up for the time lost. I had to make myself some quick dinner really fast. WWT was quite the show today. We had a great show with the crew, and had to run and whip up some dinner and make sure I had a few bites to eat, and so I have my energy, because we're going to be here for quite some time tonight. We are here till 11 o'clock, another 3-hour SmackDown show, and they only announced like 3 things. Oh, okay. I thought that was shenanigans. Never mind. Michin kicked Piper Niven. I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was Chelsea that did it. But yeah, they only announced 3 particular things, and that's obviously there's obviously the US women's title defense going on right now. And I did see what transpired prior to that, because while I was making dinner, I had my iPad next to me to make sure I keep up with everything. And we had the wise man in the building tonight for Paul Heyman, and he has claimed to Cody that Roman Reigns wants his title back now that he has Zula Fala back. So it looks like our tribal chief is looking to reclaim everything that is rightfully his. And it started with the Ulafala and his wise man. And Chelsea Green has just successfully defended her title. I unfortunately was wrong about how it was going to happen. Shenanigans are happening as we speak, because Piper Niven is now attacking Michin for getting her lick. She's pretty much getting her lick back from that hit earlier. And Chelsea Green is just left at the end of the aisle, happy as a clam, because she is still your United States Women's Champion. She got away with that one really well. And Piper Niven acting almost as like a Secret Service security, it's kind of like Chelsea Green got her own like J&J security thing going on here. If she finds somebody else to be her security, I think that would be hysterical as well. She have just a team. But of course, we have our usual Friday night there live in Portland, Oregon this evening. Let's see. I also did see that Kevin Owens had interfered in the interaction between Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens still going on his it's all your fault Cody rant, kind of like me and the councilman do here pretty much every week. And again, Kevin's not wrong. Not in any case. We did also see Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga almost tried to attack the wise man again, and then Jimmy Uso came out as well. So it seems that the bloodline story is still going strong. It's just in a little between time right now, because it does overpower a lot of the show. Maybe we're going to see more throughout the night, not sure. But we're getting into a tag team division competition here. We have Los Garza with Pretty Deadly and Motor City Machine Guns, and we have Austin Theory along with Grayson Waller, aka A Town Down Under. And it seems Nick Aldis has a bit of a problem on his hands, or he could just make a match to be a fatal 4-way, which I think he's about to say. Okay, so there's a round between Los Garza and Pretty Deadly. And then we got Motor City Machine Guns versus A Town Down Under. Oh, he said to Grayson Waller, "Don't interrupt me again." Nick, listen, Nick Aldis will beat any of y'all asses. Just saying. But okay, looks like we're getting like 2 rounds of division, like 2 rounds of the tag team division going on, and I guess whoever wins that will then go against DIY. I mean, there's also Street Profits somewhere as well, but then there's also this portal thing going on, so who knows? And there is Legado de Fantasma along with Electro Lopez. We have Angel Garza and Berto Carrillo being accompanied by their leader, Santos Escobar, and the madrina of Legado de Fantasma. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Shout outs to everybody already watching and viewing. Again, sorry I'm late. I'm like that little white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. I'm late. Like the whole time while I'm cooking and taking a bunch of bites. I'm like, I'm late, but I gotta eat. I gotta make sure I have the energy for you guys. I gotta make sure, and when you're the queen of a honey pot and you're the queen bee of a very strong team of people here, like when you gotta try to hold things down as best as possible. But I did forewarn the team. I was like, I might be a little late, so I gotta make sure that food's cooked and I get them bites in and I'm good. But I do it for y'all. Lewis Johnson, good to see you. Cousin Ron, so sorry I kept you waiting. Better late than never. And I did promise you guys there was going to be a watch along tonight, regardless of tardiness or what have you. Boza says, did Honey see the first quarter? Don't be sorry, Honey. WWT Live went till 22 and you had to eat. Of course, man. Thank you. And I appreciate that, Boza. Cousin Rod says, if it helps you feel any better, I'm still cooking. It will be for at least another 90 minutes. I feel you on that, brother. I feel you. They also added 2 matches. Okay. Queen's Court. That's what we're calling them now. Pretty deadly, huh? Nice. I would prefer to call them Queen's Court, though. I think that's pretty accurate. But the queen you can't really be the queen if you're not the champion, right? I mean, she was last year's Queen of the Ring, but now this is a new year. So, and she got her title taken away from her last week to a very successful cash in by Tiffany Stratton, who we will also see tonight. There has to be a Tiffy time celebration, but look out for a very angry Nia Jax, because I just feel like this is the part where she just goes completely ham and mad dog and just messes up your whole set. If you have like a pink party situation going on, she's going to ruin it. I'm telling you right now. Benjamin, good to see you. Happy Friday from a snowy Ohio, man. Our last bit of snow up here in the tri-state, well, where I'm at, our last bit of snow and ice has finally cleared. And today was oddly warmer than the last couple of days. And I really can't stand the cold, y'all. I don't know how I've been dealing with it for this long, but I've been in the tri-state all my life. And it's just, it's just so involved when it comes to the weather. I'm a simple girl. I just want some warmth and some happiness, like I don't mind a little chill here and there. Like give me the spring and the fall. Like late spring and mid fall, because I like that late fall chill. I just the winter is just not for me. I'm skin and bones, so like that it goes right through my bones. Can't take the cold at all. But kudos to you, Benjamin. I hope you are staying warm wherever you're at, maybe with some hot chocolate or some tea or even whiskey if that's your thing, because that's a lot of people's thing as well. Boza says, of course, WWE's version of Karen had to cheat. I smell one more match with a stimp. Maybe another dumpster match. Maybe. Because we know that match is kryptonite for Miss Chelsea Green. Boza also says Karen had to pull tights to escape. I mean, what else do you expect from an opportunist such as Chelsea Green? And she deserves this run. So we're gonna get all the kinds of different shenanigans a heel champion could give. Also, how is Honey doing? All I said on WWT Live was that she should be filled with the Holy Spirit to see her king whooping that ass on that moron, and everybody broke out in laughter. Oh, are you talking about this king? This is probably not my king, because my king is Pachu. That's my king, and my papa. Those are my kings in my life. But if you're talking about a reigning king in 2024, you must be talking about, and if you're talking about WWE, you must be talking about this man.
Gunter, the ring general Gunter.
I absolutely am very proud of that clip, and I don't care what anybody says. I love that clip so much. The Traders. There's a lot of Peacock shows that I should get into that I haven't yet. I gotta check some out. Ah, yes, Pretty Deadly and their beautiful disco ball, the Queen's Court. I don't know about so much the Queen's Court anymore, though. Can we really say that they're affiliated with Nia Jax anymore? I guess not. Not right. That ship has sailed, I think. I think they should be more for Tiffy. You know what I mean? Like, she's the hottest, the prettiest, and kind of like how in Fifth Element, for my millennials who know Fifth Element. If you don't know Fifth Element, you've been living under a rock. Fifth Element was an amazing movie. And think about Fifth Element. Think about Ruby Rod and his 3 people that were following him around. And whenever he would ask how his show was, they were like, "How green was it?" They were like, "Oh, super green, emerald green, crystal green," like, or whatever. But yeah, that's how I feel. Pretty Deadly should be to Tiffy time. Maybe not so much Nia Jax. Nia doesn't really need anybody, if you ask me. I don't know how Candice LeRae's still hanging on by a thread here, because she looks to have been the one that was gaining the Queen's favors last year, being that Tiffy time was in her own boat, which she rightfully should be, because not for nothing, Nia Jax. If I'm grown and I'm Tiffany, I understand that I am new to this roster, but what you're not going to do is yoke me up, okay? And wrap your neck around me and choke me and bully me into cashing in on somebody else's title without having any repercussions. I'm just saying, I might have to agree with Tiffy on this one, because that was pretty grimy. That was pretty grimy, girl. But I still love you, though. You're still my queen. And Los Garza is taking it to Pretty Deadly. My God, guys, Raw on Netflix, that debut, huh? We're now, apparently Raw on Netflix is only just begun, because, last week, I will say this. I was very hyped for Raw on Netflix. I was extremely hyped for Raw on Netflix. But the thing is, I hate, I have such high expectations of things, I guess, at certain times. And I have to remember that this is an ongoing weekly show. It's not a PLE or anything like that. The show goes on. There's going to be more episodes. So I had gotten over a little bit of my frustrations as to certain things that I really wanted to see or wished I could have seen, or things I could have done without. But overall, Raw Netflix did what it needed to do, and it's going to cater to a new audience, pretty much. And we talked about it earlier on WWT Live today. It's going to pretty much help those friends of ours who maybe used to watch wrestling and stopped for a long time, but then seeing it on Netflix again. It's going to get, it's going to get the semi non-casual fan, I don't know how you call it, but the ones who don't watch at all, or less frequently than others, because I would say we're the diehards. If you're here, we're the diehards. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's a good way to transfer more eyes to the product. Definitely leaves you with more questions than answers, for the simple fact that there's going to be more to the story. There's going to be more episodes coming up. I'm just curious as to where they go with it. I really wanted a Wyatt 6 segment on Monday. I really thought we were getting one too. I wanted a Wyatt Six either tape or segment. They have really strayed away from it and haven't really done it in a while. I mean, I know they still do some of the QR codes, and they did the QR codes uh, that led to some new journal entries from the Wyatt Six, but like I was hoping for more like the tape situation. I kind of missed that mystique. That, well, maybe not the mystique, because the mystique of the Wyatt Six isn't going away. Don't get me wrong, because I am all for the Wyatt Six here. But what I'm saying is, in order for it not to lose its mystique, I feel like they should keep going with the tape thing, or the pre-recorded interviews and stuff like that. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a bigger Wyatt Six segment. I was hoping for maybe a return of some sort. Charlotte, Asuka, Bliss, any one of these women, or even a Mandy Rose, because I'll take that too. If because anything is possible at this point, and I wouldn't put it past Triple H to continue to surprise me the way he did last year, and has yet to let me down. And I don't think at this point, I don't think he came this far just to come this far just to fail, and he's not going to fail. But yeah, I think that's that Raw on Netflix is definitely the going to be the future. It's going to hold down the title for the future of streaming. It's kind of already ahead of its time, being that it is the first live show that has come off television to do weekly live shows on Netflix. That already making history before they even started, so I think it's very special, and I think it's going to definitely grow into something bigger than we probably have ever anticipated, and lead to open a lot of new doors. Oh yes, wild card weekend for football, baby. We have a tough game tomorrow. I'm so terrified. If you guys have been living under a rock, I mean, you guys should see by now the hat on my head, the Scully that I'm wearing. I am a Steeler fan. I am so not looking forward to tomorrow. We have the Ravens. We have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, two problems of mine that I really, really desperately need the Steelers to do something about. So, crossing my fingers and prayers for my team, because I don't want to be one and done for this playoff stuff. I really don't want that for Tomlin and the team. Back to the action. Los Garza, Humberto trying to go for that tag, but not happening. Try to go for the reversal, not happening. Completely missed the kick. This is amazing, guys. We legit have like tag teams, men and women's, on all three shows. Like legit, true tag teams, not people that weren't tag teams and are just thrown together. Like legit tag teams. They look the same, similar, dress similar, share the same music, are in sync, have great ring chemistry, in ring chemistry, and a look. Like we are at a good time for tag team wrestling in WWE. I could see, not for nothing, I could see Fraxium, if they're to continue still being a tag team. I could totally see Fraxium in the SmackDown roster with these tag teams. They would go. Oh my God. Did Garza break out the breakaway pants? He brought back the breakaway pants? Oh my God. Did he just do that? Hilarious. Cousin Ron says, I'm very happy that we're returning to great tag team wrestling, right? Like, seriously, like legit tag teams. Guys that looked alike and looked similar. It reminds me of, the 90s, the golden era. It was so good. So good for its time. And now we've redeveloped it and nurtured it. Oh, Santos Escobar and there are wow. Okay, shenanigans. That's BS. And the damage has been done. All right. Los Garza is showing that they are not here to play around. They're tired of being in the background. They are a they want to be lead contenders, y'all. They're hungry and they're looking for some gold. This is a crazy. Boza says this is a crazy match because the fans are cheering for Legado. They were cheering when Elektra stuck her nose in it because Elektra is everyone's favorite. I wonder why they're not making her. They're not having her wrestle. They didn't really need Elektra's help to win if Santos did the work, though. So I don't know. What do you guys think of that win for Los Garza, and what do you think it means? Ooh, here we go, y'all. Tiffy time is coming. I'm sure the councilman is going to be very, very happy and right in front of his screen watching this segment. It is Tiffy freaking time. Oh, and the megastar is here. The megastar tossed out Jacob Fatu like he was a bad habit, which was unreal because we haven't seen Jacob Fatu get handled. And LA Knight was like, well, all right, hold my bear. And LA Knight is in one-on-one action because he is another one who is hungry for some gold and his title. LA Knight is going against the defending 3-time United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura. And we had a very extensive conversation about this on WWT Live earlier. And LA Knight doesn't really need to win this, in my opinion, and in a lot of the team's opinions as well. I think he's so over and so fine where he is. Like, we've gotten him to the point where we know we can recognize you as that guy if you were ever to hold the main card title. But he shouldn't go after a title yet. I mean, this is the one that he should be going after due to the fact that this is technically that rematch from when he lost it. So, but this is just going to be another story for LA Knight. You know, we've talked so many times here on the show, and we always like to use this term where there is money in the chase. And I think that LA Knight will be just fine. Cedric, good to see you. Mayor is in the chat. And he says, I thought Los Garza ditched the goofy tats. I thought they did too, but here we are, said. Here we are. Papa Honey's in the house, everybody. Hey, Dad. Asks, so Bloodline cost him this match. I think not Bloodline, but maybe just Jacob. I think just Jacob. Cousin Ron says, I think it's a good way for the Garzas. I wouldn't mind when they eventually get their push, seeing as they've been together for a few years now. They really have. They really, really have for quite some time. Even when they were the LWO. Boza says, I was confident in this match. Not Nakamura should retain. This is his first defense. Yes. And against the megastar, why the hell not? We didn't come all this way for nothing. Not Samurai Shinsuke. Y'all not, nobody's messing with Samurai Shinsuke. That's next level. You know, I had a thought. I was thinking about Chelsea Green randomly when I saw her facing off against Michin earlier, by the way. Congrats to Chelsea Green for successfully retaining her Women's United States Championship. I had a funny thought. What if this girl, Chelsea Green, comes through either for like Halloween or even for like a funny cosplay moment at a big event or something like that, and dress up like Homelander? How funny would that be? Like, I think that would be hysterical. Let me know what y'all think, but I think that would be funny. How's everybody's week been? How was everybody's holiday? What's everybody been up to? What's new? What are some goals that you guys got going on for 2025? Talk to me, chat. Let's chit chat. That's what we here for. We got 2 more hours. We are in the 9 o'clock hour of our Wrestling with Honey watch along. And make sure you like and share this video as well. Let your friends know that the sweetest oos is on your screen and it is worth watching. I will give you the best run through of Friday Night SmackDown I can possible. And I do it on the best platform on the planet, which is Women's Wrestling Talk. Oh boy. Saturday night main event. The next one is coming up in San Antonio. And I believe that will be January 25th. They're about to show it right now. And apparently Hulk Hogan is saying that we can't miss it. Live nationwide Saturday, January 25th, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on Peacock. Very, very nice. Hogan Saturday. Dad says, oh, look, Hogan advertising Saturday night main event. Hey, Courtney. Happy Friday and Honey Night SmackDown. You already know, girlfriend. Dad says LA Knight is going to get smashed by Fatu after Knight pushed him backstage. That's what I think is going to happen here. And according to the mayor, he would assume the same as well. Blood Moon Samurai Nakamura. I'm here for Shogun Nakamura all day. I love the music change. Love the look. Love the presentation. It's like before he was his theme song that he had first was the Rising Sun, and now it's like he's the Blood Moon. Like, it's everything, and I'm so here for it. I love the concept and the contrast of light and dark. It's a beautiful thing. Go off, Nakamura. This guy listen, if I'm at the other end of the ring, if I'm not LA Knight, obviously, if I'm green as hell, if I've never been in the ring before, and I see that walking towards me, I might shit myself. I might. In his last 3 matches, he's defeated Andrade, defeated LA Knight, and defeated Andrade again. Let's run through the whole roster, Shinsuke. Let's just do it. I love the slow, methodical movements now. It's very like a dark Japanese version of The Undertaker. Like, I'm so here for it. Shinsuke ain't coming to play no games. Courtney says, if I were Hogan, I wouldn't show my face after getting booed on Monday. Well, yeah, I think they're gonna want to try to flip it on us and promote the heat for him so he can. But I think he should have just came out as Hollywood Hogan. Maybe it would have been a little better. And nobody gives a shit about your beard. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But everybody has mixed reviews and mixed feelings about it. You know, we could sit here and talk about Hogan for hours and what he's contributed to the business. But the stories you hear about him, the consistent story, there's no denying that without him, you know, a lot of WWE wouldn't be where it is, you know, especially the whole story of Vince and Hulkamania. And now knowing the stories that we know about these two, it's just like, they built WrestleMania, so we can't like completely discredit. We cannot discredit what they've done in the wrestling ring. But as far as outside of it, I, I have no excuse or defense, and I will not defend any of that. But there's no excuse for any of it. None whatsoever. And here we go. But I would have to agree with you, Courtney. If I were Hogan, I wouldn't show my face around for a little bit, or not even in WWE. I don't know. It was a different time, a different era, or bring out Ric Flair, somebody like that. Bring out Road Dogg or bring out X-Pac. I don't know. Bring out, yeah, like, or if you would have brought him out with Kev and X-Pac, maybe it's like the NWO thing. I don't know. I don't know how that would have went. We'll never know. Says, I want to like this so bad, but I miss the old Shinsuke too much. I totally feel you, but I have come to grips with the fact that what I need to do, especially with a lot of my favorites, is to open my mind and put myself in their shoes as well. This idea to have this kind of Shinsuke never would have flown with Vince is somewhere probably in his head, and he probably won't say this out loud, but Vince is probably somewhere like, damn, why didn't I think of that? Instead of turning Shinsuke heel with a low blow, turned him into a freaking evil samurai that spews blood as mist or something like that. Like, you think, like, no, only somebody like Shinsuke could come up with something like that. This is definitely more evolved Shinsuke. And it seems like LA Knight's in control in this match right now, which is pretty shocking, which only tells me that Shinsuke will retain this title. The great Kabuki inspired intro. Boza says that was funny during WWT Live that Honey's Alexa went off during the top of Alexa Bliss. I know, if I can't say her name too loud because then she'll start talking to me. It freaked me out, bro. That was so funny. Hassan Terrell, good to see you. Happy New Year, buddy. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. Dad says Nakamura, Japanese wrestler living in Palm Coast, Florida. and hey, man, it's beautiful. I hear he likes to surf, so he lives near the beach. Boza says 223 million social media views from Netflix on Raw. Congratulations. That's absolutely amazing. Boza says, I think Hogan's racist thoughts are why people hate him. Mark Calloway is a Trump supporter, but we still respect him. Well, yes, because Mark Calloway is a racist, but it isn't a racist. But what I'm saying is, like, there's no you could still acknowledge Hogan for what he brought to the business, but acknowledging him outside of that is a whole nother story. Mark Calloway, I mean, honestly, I don't think politics should have anything to do with why you like a character on a TV show. You know what I mean? Because that was something that we have so much access to things on social media that we kind of shouldn't have access to. And in my household, I don't know about y'all's, but in my household, politics was not something you talk about in public. That was something that was based on what you felt as a human being and what your opinion was and how you view the world. So we never really brought that up in open conversation because it was something that was considered taboo. So I don't really disclose all of that, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I support everybody in politics or that I could even pick a side or like I definitely just like to try to keep myself neutral and my feet to the ground as much as possible, because at the end of the day, I only know that I'm here and I got a life and I have bills to pay and I have a family to take care of. I have a family that I'm building. Like, there's just, that's all I know. The politics, it's like, y'all don't give a damn. Y'all don't give a damn about us. It's very Michael Jackson. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us, and we all know it. We all know it. But before we get too political up in here, this is a Honey Night SmackDown watch along. So make sure you like and share this video. And we are watching SmackDown transpire right now and we have Shinsuke versus LA Knight. And Shinsuke is defending his United States championship that he took from LA Knight, who had a pretty decent reign as the US champion. I think Shinsuke will be retaining. You guys let me know who you think is going to be retaining or who's going to be winning in this match. Who do you think should win? If you think LA Knight is going to lose, what do you see for him next? Where do you see him going next after this? Where does his road lead him after this US title run? Jury is out on Taker, not gonna lie. Yeah, I feel you, man. I totally feel you on that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Lily's still here. She's in the corner. She's right there. She's always watching. Lily hasn't gone nowhere. Lily's there. Bray's watching. Fiend's watching. Even Joe Hendry's watching. Okay. And I have my Ula Fala on display. So it's my universe up in here. But yes, Lily is always a part of my universe. She doesn't leave me alone. And she's been making herself known a lot more so these days than usual, if you catch my drift. Shinsuke is taking it to LA Knight, going in for the pin, and nope, LA Knight kick out. Obviously, as you can see, if you guys are watching along with me, we're in picture to picture. Cousin Ron thinks Shinsuke retains. Hey Bobby, good to see you. Send Diane my love. Bobby says LA Knight should compete in the men's Royal Rumbles match next month. I think that would be a good place for him, but I just don't think that he's going to be the guy that's going to win all the way. I definitely can see him being like one of the top few left, maybe the last final 5 or so. But then you got guys like Jey Uso, you got guys like Drew McIntyre, you got CM Punk, you got Roman Reigns, who has also declared for the Royal Rumble. We haven't seen. When was the last time we saw Roman Reigns in a Rumble? Bozo, you think you could pull that up for me? When was the last time we saw Roman Reigns officially in a Royal Rumble match? I'm not talking about having a match at the Rumble. I'm talking about in the 30-man Rumble match. When he defended the belt in it. What year was that? How long ago was that? Because I know Brock Lesnar did that. And then that was when Drew took him out. Was that that was 2019, I want to say. The one with Brock and Drew McIntyre, which was the one with Roman. Maybe I could try to find it too. Back to the action. 41 days since Shinsuke Nakamura has defeated LA Knight for the US title. Even Sports Illustrated announced that Roman Reigns is declared for the Royal Rumble match. Gets no bigger than the Tribal Chief, man. This is his first Royal Rumble match since 2020. So it was 2020 that he did that. And we are now in 2025. 5 years ago. That's crazy. I feel like time flew so fast in that year, 2020. My goodness, how far we've come. Only 5 years ago. Only. LA Knight Shinsuke Nakamura giving it everything they got in this match. Who will come out on top and regain the gold? Or reclaim or claim the gold, I should say. Got those punches. Oh, Shinsuke tried to go for a suplex. LA Knight reversed it. Oh, turnbuckle fell off, and the referee saw it. Oh, he almost hit that middle rope. He almost used that exposed turnbuckle right there, but he didn't. He was able to maneuver that. Sliding German suplex. Come on now, Shinsuke. Let's see. Bobby says, who would you like to see start number 1 in both Royal Rumble matches? I would like to see Logan Paul start as number 1, so that way every single other person that comes after him will whip his ass. I think for the and I'm not kidding about that, by the way. I think for the women who should come out first, I think a big surprise of whoever came out first would be Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair would be pretty crazy. Oh, mega suplex from the megastar, hook of the leg, and a kick out at 2. Kick out. Shinsuke is still in this match. Courtney says, I was checking and someone else can confirm, but the last time Roman competed in a Royal Rumble match was in 2020, and I believe Edge made the surprise return. God, that was that year. Put it this way. Aleister Black was in the ring when that happened, when Edge came. That was in 2020. What a mega pop that was, too. That was crazy. How far we've come since then. Crazy. LA Knight with a very interesting submission here. Look at this. Shinsuke gonna have to find some way to get to that rope. And he makes it. Breaks the count. For the women's out for as number 1. Give me somebody like Chelsea Green. Somebody who complain about it. You know what I mean? Oh, snap. 1, 2. Nope. Shinsuke almost there with a successful pin. Ooh. Come on, Shinsuke. Oh. Oh, somebody tried to hurt. Oh, LA Knight tried to go for the BFT. Nakamura able to get out of that BFT. And that is a Kinshasa. Oh, LA Knight's leg on the rope. Damn. They really trying to fake us out with who could possibly win this, huh? That's right. Last year was Oos versus Oos to kick off the men's rumble. Thank you for that reminder. That was actually one of my favorite moments last year in that rumble, especially that part. When Jey Uso came out, I was like, yo, if Jimmy's music plays, that's going to be fire. And seeing them having that face off, classic. And it looks like Shinsuke is looking to end it here. Oh, he exposed his knee to that turnbuckle. LA Knight with a BFT. But he didn't go for the pin. Who's coming? Oh, shoot. Yep, there it is. He almost had it. And there goes Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga ruining the LA Knight party. Kind of knew this was going to happen. Our mayor called it. Ugh. That Samoan drop is a thing of beauty, man, when he does that shit. I was gonna say, is that a shield vest, Jacob? Oh man, Jacob and Tamatanga, the team of Bloodline, looking to make an example out of LA Knight. 2 hip thrusts in the corner. No bueno. And Tamatanga is not done. He's saying, let's go again. It looks like Jacob's going for that moonsault. Ugh. Jacob Fatu is a savage, bro. He's such a beast. Oh, and here comes Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso. Continuing what they started earlier. They kind of came a little bit too late. Boza says Solo's still crying since he lost to Councilman's tribal chief. You mean my tribal chief as well? You know damn well every single Friday, Boza, we acknowledge our tribal chief here. Messed up a good match, but I expected it. Jeffrey says. So there goes your result, guys. Winner by disqualification and still the United States champion for WWE, Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura. What Cody said? What you said, Cody? Oh, Cody and Jimmy want Tamatanga and Jacob, and Nick Aldis is saying, let's do it. I'm with it. Make it official. Oh, he's definitely my tribal chief. He's definitely my tribal chief. It was just the king thing. That was that thing. And no need to be sorry. Love you, Boza. Benjamin says we got a main event tonight. Yeah, it looks like we do. It looks like we do. Oh boy. And then you have Kevin Owens in the mix. What about Jey Uso? Oh boy. That's the thing. I'm not going to complain if I don't see my tribal chief. I'm not going to complain if I don't see anything bloodline related. I'm not going to complain anymore. I'm just going to let shit play out the way it needs to play out because that's what Triple H wants me to view. Let it play out. Makes better for a surprise, you know? And next up, after this commercial, we got Tiffy time. So everybody set their clocks. And what we are going to do is set our set over our intentions to acknowledge our amazing sponsors over at All Caribbean Wrestling. And make sure you guys check out the new website and the new merch we got going on. So shout outs to All Caribbean Wrestling.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
Yes, make sure you guys check out www talkpod.com for all that cool new merch, especially that TK416 shirt that I heard is definitely being one of the big sellers. There's also a lot of really other cool things on the site. We have a lot of our old content, interviews, and archive episodes from WWT Live and all of those cool things. So make sure you guys check that out. And shout outs to our amazing sponsors, All Caribbean Wrestling, and all the cool things they got going on. You can follow them at All Caribbean Wrestling on all the social spaces and get into all the good things they got going on over there. And shout outs to Mr. Mark Henry, who just became the CEO. And no, I'm not talking about Mercedes Moné, but he became the CEO this past week of All Caribbean Wrestling, which is pretty freaking awesome. So congratulations to Mark Henry. We are continuing on, and we are going into the second half of this second hour of Friday Night SmackDown for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along, coming live from Portland, Oregon. And a lot has already transpired, and we are ready for Tiffy time because she should be making her way to the ring very shortly in celebration of her title win and her successful cash in last Friday. It was quite the event here. We had Courtney hanging out. And Councilman came in pretty excited with the Strattonville constituents, and it was a great night for Tiffy time last week. I thoroughly enjoyed the shit out of this match, by the way. This match was so good. Nia and Naomi, hats off to you girls. I love, especially when you know that they're family, so you know that they worked hard on that match. They freaking killed it. So, I mean, I know all the congratulations is going to Tiffany because of her cash in, but Nia and Naomi, that match needed to be exactly what it was in order for this moment for Tiffy to be so big, and y'all understood the assignment, basically. Y'all put on a banger and clinic. She kicked the shit out of Candice LeRae, and then she threw Bianca out. She's like, everybody out. Nobody's ruining my moment. So funny. I think that was a lot of our gripes with it, Boza. Everybody thought that should have ended the night. They really should have. Yo, that she meant that prettiest moonsault, bro. That was like the hardest, most intentional moonsault I've ever seen her do. Like she was like, I'm gonna hit the shit out of this moonsault, and I'm totally winning. Hey, Wrestling Days, shout outs to Wrestling Days. One of the content creators reacting. I love Wrestling Days. Shout outs to the UK. But yeah, man, it is Tiffy freaking time. And here, oh, come on. Tonight, not yet? You mean she's not coming yet? I thought she was coming now. They said next was Tiffy time. Did they not say that before we went to commercial? I'm so done with this false advertisement. Like, I could have thought. Oh, no. It's the tag team match. We have the Motor City Machine Guns. Man, I thought that I legit thought that they were going to break Tiffy just now. Didn't they say that before we went to commercial? Am I bugging? Because now it said later tonight when they came back from commercial. Who produced this? Courtney says, I never get tired of watching the social post you tagged me in last week. The reaction was so fun. Yes, please make sure you guys go check out. You can see firsthand the reaction, the live reaction from wrestling or Honey Night SmackDown watch along last week on Women's Wrestling Talk. My girl Courtney joined me, and we literally caught everything happening in time, and it was quite an eventful evening. And man, if you really want to see, go to the episode and watch how the councilman came in. Boy, was coming in hot from Strattonville. Yeah, Tiffany's gonna make you wait. I have a feeling that's a good point, Dad. But I have a feeling that Tiffany's gonna come out and shit on the audience. She's gonna completely shit on everybody and say, I told you and you and you and all of you that it was Tiffy time, all you non-believers, and even probably from all the heat that she got last year. But that's neither here nor there. Councilman told Triple H to wait. You know what? That does sound like the work of the councilman. That definitely sounds like the work of the councilman for sure. Patu is doing wonderful. Thank you for asking, Bobby. Yeah, basically, councilman put in the word of Triple H. He was like, hold up. My client is gonna close the show. If I had to guess, that I'm sure that's the energy that councilman is going in with for tonight. He didn't even tell us at the show. He didn't even tell us. He had the nerve. He even had the nerve to tell us that this was going to be happening. What, like, we've been rocking with Tiffy this whole year since she's had this briefcase. So I feel like it was only our right to know. But hey, councilman be making moves. I'm not going to question them. It is what it is. Dad says, I need and I want Charlotte to come out on Tiffy time. I understand that. I totally understand that, but I don't know if that'll happen just yet. I don't know if I want that to happen just yet. I feel like Tiffy's got more to do first before we get there. Tiffy will get there eventually, though. Like, Charlotte will come with time. That I know for sure. But I think that I think we could wait on Charlotte for that. I think Charlotte is the attacker for Jade. I think that's what happened. And that's what's going to be next for Charlotte Flair when she arrives, whenever she does. No rush. Jeffrey says some tag partner he is. Hey, listen, I don't reside in Strattonville. I reside in Wyatt Six City, so it's out of my jurisdiction. And I can understand why he wouldn't want me in the loop on that, just in case of any leaks. It's not that there's a trust thing involved. We're still the most electrifying tag team champions in digital entertainment. But councilman has his moves. I'm just gonna be a good tag team partner and support. So if he wants his client to be the headliner, which she should be tonight, then that's what it will be. Don't be trying to stir the pot, Jeffrey. Which main roster brand would you like to see Roxanne Perez go to, SmackDown or Raw when she gets called up to the main roster? That's a very good question. I could see SmackDown. I could see Friday Night SmackDown. And I'm trying to also think about who she has history with as far as the champions go. I was thinking about her going against Rhea. I'm not sure that would be the right idea or the ideal idea just yet. Being that Tiffy just won the title and she's familiar with Tiffy and there's history there from the NXT 2.0 days, I think that there's something there that we could work with for sure. And the Motor City Machine Guns are in the ring awaiting their opponent. They really made those guys tag team champions for a week. Isn't that crazy? Jeffrey. Shout out to tax season. Oh, yes. A Town Down Under. Who we got for this match, guys? Let me know what you think in the chat. We got A Town Down Under versus Motor City Machine Guns. Who do you have coming out on top when all is said and done? I would have thought they would have split these guys up already. It's no shade. I'm such a big fan of Grayson Waller solo. Like I really am. His solo run was very short lived for me, a little too short lived for me. But he also got hurt and injured in between that time and everything. Oh, I love when he comes in and does that. I love that little shimmy thing he does, which shows why he hops on his knees when he rolls in the ring. Those kicks are fire. I mean, I guess they're made for each other. They're both obnoxious. Mackenzie Johnson, thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Charlotte says, Mackenzie says Charlotte doesn't need to be in a title picture at the moment. She needs to she needs a creative female faction like Randy did with Legacy. Ooh, now that's something I have not heard. We have yet to see a good faction for the women, like all women. I mean, the closest I would say would have been Fatal Attraction because of Mandy Rose, but that didn't last too long. So, I mean, Damage Control. You know, is anybody really topping those those women right now? Even though Asuka's been out of action for some time. But honestly, Mackenzie, I think that's a really, really great idea. That's actually really cool. That's something different that we have yet to see Charlotte Flair do. But I feel like she's the one who attacked Jade. So we might be going into the return of the Charlotte Flair heel. Courtney says she's got Motor City Machine Guns for the win. Bobby says he's got Motor City Machine Guns. Oh my God. I mixed Fatal Attraction and Toxic. Fatal Influence and Toxic Attraction. Thanks, Jeffrey. That same thing. Didn't that happen to me last week? I think that happened to me last week. Oh my God. So funny. Thank you for the correction, my good Sarah. This is why I have you guys. Cousin Ron says Motor City Machine Gun for the win as well. Boza says, yeah, I would like Charlotte to chase the title or go down and help the WWE Women's United States Championship gain credibility, but you know, she will be WWE Women's Champion the first chance they get. Well, that's if Vince was running the company. Triple H will get her there. He'll get her to that title, but he's going to give her side missions. And I think one of those side missions is Jade Cargill. You're my right. That's a good way of putting it, Jeffrey. I'm your edit button. I love that. Hilarious. Double kick to the chest there by Motor City Machine Guns to Grayson Waller. And the veterans gaining some momentum here. What are y'all doing? Oh, Chris Sabin just got tripped up by Austin Theory and onto the outside. Good right hand there by Alex Shelley. Oh, Grayson Waller. Ooh, almost a quick cover there, but unsuccessfully counted. Well, Jesus. The tag team division grows stronger and stronger as the weeks progress in WWE. It's a beautiful thing. Benjamin says, Motor City Machine Guns for the win. I like how they work well together. These are guys that have been veterans and worked together and worked against each other, fought each other, all the above for like 15 plus years. And they've, been in the indies with guys like Johnny Gargano. You know what I mean? So they have a lot of history going on. A lot of history on their end. Boza says, that's what I want. Charlotte Flair to have a side missions and get her feet wet. This is the longest she has been away ever. That is true. Emmanuel, good to see you. Doing well. Hope you're good. Welcome to our Honey Night SmackDown watch along as part of Women's Wrestling Talk. Feel free to join us if you are watching Friday Night SmackDown. This is definitely the place you want to be. Feel free to stick around and have fun with us for the next hour and a half or so, because we do have lots more to go until we're done. And we are going into the 10 o'clock hour very shortly, which means we are in our final hour. And please make sure you guys stick around and like and share this video and stick around for after the show, because we're going to have a quick recap and Honey Night SmackDown post show. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Have a quick bathroom break, get your snacks, replenish your beverage cup, and we'll get into reviewing everything that transpired tonight. Everybody welcoming Emmanuel, loving the energy. This is why I love you guys so much. Emmanuel, we are one big happy wrestling family here. So feel free to join us, like and subscribe to Women's Wrestling Talk, like and subscribe to the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube, and all things Women's Wrestling Talk on all the socials, as well as all things Wrestling with Honey. And Councilman had made a really, really awesome announcement earlier today. And I don't know if you guys had heard, but there is going to be a new podcast on the way. And it is a collaborative effort with the Councilman, myself, and Mr. Dion from All Star Fandom. And I cannot wait to get into it with my boys. These guys have been like family in such a short span of time. I mean, this whole crew here at Women's Wrestling Talk, including you guys in the chat and all you viewers, even if I haven't met you, you guys made me feel like I've been a part of this family longer than I have, but which is crazy because I'm literally about to make a year with Women's Wrestling Talk very soon. I'm on the cusp of it. And it makes me really happy to be able to accomplish something like this. And it makes me really happy to be able to have friends and a community like you guys where I could speak freely about the things I like and the things we all like, which is wrestling. And, shout outs to TK and the crew. I can't believe how time has really flown by. It's pretty freaking nuts. It's like, and TK and Professor found me at a really, really good time. I was at a time where I was like kind of creatively down on myself and kind of creatively stuck. I also mentioned this on our last show from the new year, our award show. And you guys could check that out as well on YouTube. You guys mean a lot more to me than I can say on camera. And it's been a pleasure, and it's been very heartwarming for me to be able to do this, because this is just something that I've realized I've always wanted since I was a kid. It's something I've always wanted to do. I wanted to be able to meet and talk with people about wrestling, which I've always loved, because growing up where I was at, there were some friends that were into wrestling, but they weren't the way my family and I are into it, like where it was something that was part of our life. And, it was filled with stories to help us escape from any problems or any issues or any, it would bring us together, in times where we really need it the most. And, you guys make me feel like that ever since I've come join this crew. And I love watching it grow. I love watching Women's Wrestling Talk grow into something that that we all know it could be. I want to contribute. I want to really, really send so much love to Boss Lady TK, because I understand the vision, and I understand what it's like when you have a vision for something and you try your hardest to fulfill it, and you try to gather the best group of people you can to help build it and nurture it and grow it. And I feel like that's really what we've been doing here as a wrestling family and wrestling community. So I really, really applaud Boss Lady TK for that, and I really, really appreciate being a part of it and feeling so good to be a part of it, because it's like it feels like home, you know. It feels just like home. And without wrestling, none of us would be here, you know. Wrestling is a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful story that we love. It's like your favorite movie that you never want to end. And it's just great to have found a platform like this, you know. So it's one of my favorite pastimes, wrestling. It always has been. And I know that it's yours as well. So, or else you wouldn't be here with me. And I really, really, really appreciate y'all joining me for the ride. And and just my new little wrestling family that I've made here. Like, you know, the team on WWT, you guys watching, you guys in the comments, you guys are always very supportive and very loving. You don't try to, you know, get under anybody's skin. You know, you don't promote any negativity, which I totally appreciate, because Lord knows there's a world full of it, and we need each other more than ever. As much as we all like to try to be gangsters out there and say we could face anything alone, we can never do it alone. It always takes a village. And you guys, I just want to I don't know what I'm talking about or why I'm saying it, but it's just coming to me, and I want to acknowledge you guys as my tribe. You guys are my tribe, and I love you guys, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. Um and shout outs to Boss Lady. Shout outs to the Boss Lady. I see you, Boss Lady. I know you're doing your thing. I commend you, and you know, I respect and have so much love for you and appreciation. Professor, you as well. You guys have been such great mentors to me. Ced, Jacob, Will, Dion, Courtney, anybody else who has joined, you know, even ones we don't see often, Marie and Candice and others. Um, uh, it's just been really, really overwhelmingly fun, and I just can't wait to do more. So doing this kayfabe podcast and having Dion and Councilman bring me in on the ride is really, really cool, and I love where things are going for all of us. And I hope the same for all of you, with whatever it is you do in life, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you love to do. Always, always, always just, you know, keep your feet to the ground and enjoy yourself, and don't give a shit about what anybody says. Period. Because if they do have something to say, you come to me and I got you. But yeah, Jeffrey, a year already. Oh, that's so sweet to say. Thank you, Jeffrey. Says you really fit in like a glove. We appreciate your witty, funny personality. We love you guys. Emmanuel says you guys are the best. Benjamin says you're a breath of fresh air. You are real. I totally appreciate that. Thank you so much. Dad, love you. Always wrestling for life. Jeffrey says wrestling is a pastime for us. And Motor City Machine Guns just beat A-Town Down Under. Sorry, I heard the bell ding and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Match is finished. Fries are done. But Jeffrey says wrestling is a pastime for us, and it can be an escape for people who are going through something and want to forget about the outside world. In freaking deed. Courtney says sending love to Boss Lady, and I can attest to this. When I came on board, I didn't think many people would be watching more AEW after my watch along, and it's such a wonderful feeling joining the crew. Not for nothing, Courtney. I've been seeing you, girl, and I you know, I do my best to try to like make the watch alongs for my teammates and everything, because you know they support me and mine. We all support each other here. But Courtney, them views going up, girl. I see you. Keep that up. I love that for you. Love having you on board. Glad you're my WWT sister, and I appreciate you. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. Brad 2025 wants Solo. Solo ain't here. And you ain't go. We don't acknowledge Solo here. We acknowledge the true and only and original tribal chief, and that is Roman freaking Reigns.
I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
Shout out to the WWT Live crew from Jeffrey. Hashtag we love you, honey. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Love you, love you, love you. Kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love yous. Mackenzie says Austin Theory needs to be on his own. I agree, because I also think Grayson Waller should be on his own. And right now we're having a little bit of a back and forth backstage here with DIY, the SmackDown Tag Champions, and Pretty Deadly. Oh, Apollo Crews has resurfaced again. Oh, Apollo Crews with the from the peanut gallery over here, giving his 2 cents. Uh-oh, there she is. There is the queen of the ring, Nia, and former women's champion. Oh, Nia's going to go congratulate Tiffy Time all by herself. Tiffy Time is up next. Are you guys sure? Are we sure this time? You know what? It makes sense because we're about to be in the 10 o'clock hour. We got time for a quick 20-minute segment, and then we're going to have another 20-minute match because the main event is going to be the tag match between Cody with Jimmy versus Jacob and Tama Tonga. Okay, that's fine, which means this is going to be a good segment. Got SmackDown. SmackDown going to Buffalo, going to New York in March, going to Chicago in April, California, Sacramento in April. Ooh, all right. 8 brand new WWE live events on sale. Well, I guess Councilman has finally pushed the button on the Tiffy Time celebration. He couldn't. I can't imagine how he feel about her not being the main event segment. I mean, she is the main event segment, but just not the main event segment. But hey, she's the final segment before the match, so I'll take it. And yeah, this is about to be good. Just watch out because Nia Jax is coming, and I know Councilman and I have pretty much, not briefly, but have rooted for Nia Jax throughout her whole Queen of the Ring run. But I think we've moved on. Just like that, we moved on. I'm gonna need Dylan. You know what, Dylan? We need a redo on Councilman's intro. We need a redo because I'm gonna play the intro just for shits and giggles. Number 1, and number 2, we need Tiffy's picture up instead of Roxanne because now Tiffy's the champion, and unfortunately Roxanne lost her title. So we kind of need.
It's Councilman Pharaoh of Strattonville with his Parisiac constituents.
We need Tiffy Time's face there instead of Councilman, instead of Roxanne's. I think that'd be better, especially for the modern era that we are currently in. I hope Nia doesn't find Councilman before she finds Tiffany. Listen, I wouldn't want to be Councilman or Tiffy Time if Nia's around. That's all I know. Come on, enough of these commercials. Let's get to the good stuff, please. We need the drama. We need the drama. Final hour coming right up, guys. Final hour of our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. I want to give love and shout outs to every single one of you who have been tuned in since we started. Know we were a little tardy, but we can make up for it by hanging out for the post show afterwards. So make sure you guys stick around. And we'll be back live for the post show just to review everything that has transpired for the evening and our thoughts and what you guys thought. So be ready for a little conversation. If you guys want to take some time to go get replenishment for your beverages and for your food or snacks, whatever have you, and we will discuss SmackDown from this evening. Don't forget also January 25th, Saturday in San Antonio, Texas at the Frost Bank Center. Saturday night main event will be taking place, and it will also be premiering live on Peacock and NBC. Tickets and packages are still on sale, so get them while you can. And San Antonio is a great city to visit. Here we go. Here she is. It's Tiffy time. Here she comes. Oof. Oof. If I had to guess, that outfit is inspired by Britney Spears in the 2000s from the Oops, I Did It Again performance at the VMAs, the infamous nude bathing suit. Does that look so fire? Looking like a champion. Good for you, Tiffy. So happy for her. The women's SmackDown women's champion, y'all. Her and the title are twinning right now. All them sparkles. Twinning. Not for nothing, they should change that gold part to like a rose gold pink. That would look fire. We've talked about that here on the show too. I believe Councilman mentioned it. Jeffrey says she looks good. Love it. Bobby says I'm interested to see what matches get on Saturday night's main event next. Me too. Mackenzie also says Jade Cargo needs to be back soon. I want to know who attacked her and why. I think if you guys had to guess, give me one and go like hot, quick flash names. Who would you go with? I would go with Charlotte Flair. It's Tiffy time. Courtney says she's giving me Britney flashbacks. Also, can we talk about her latest IG poster? Reminds me of Sabrina Carpenter. Oh my God, her aesthetic for that. With the rollers in her hair and reading the newspaper with the coffee. That's her aesthetic. I'm so here for that. I would love that for her. "25 years old and has already won this title and an NXT title." She does look great. Jeffrey says Byron's borrowing salmon suit from Mark Henry. Can Tiffy wear more makeup? Listen, it accentuates the beauty she already has. That's what makeup does. So I'm not mad at it. Right. Because you let people think what you want them, what they want to think. I feel you on that, Tiffy. She says she thought I was a dumb blonde because that's what I wanted her. That's what I let her think that. I felt that. Tippy top, the tiffy top. Put some respect on my name and tell me what time it is. That's the quote. That's the shirt. That's the shirt. That's the shirt right there. That's the shirt. Courtney, yes. Never underestimate a blonde. Ask Elle Woods. Listen, if you know, you know. Legally blonde. That's all I'm gonna say. Gave it a whole new meaning. And as much as Naya looks good, Naya is pissed. She said, I could kill you right now, girl. She could. She kind of could. Oh, Naya with the I made you speech. Oh, no. Took you long enough to take advantage of me. What a bitch. That's such a bitchy thing to say. Naya's gonna drop her to the point where we make where it's to make everybody feel bad for Tiffy, because Tiffy's over right now. She's over, but she's not marked as a baby face or a heel per se. She's a tweener, I think, a tweener. Tiffy time, Tiffy time, Tiffy time. Give her championship back, girl. You gotta fight for it if you want it, or I'm gonna take it. Oh, is that Rhea's music playing? Oh, that's Bailey's music playing. Where the hell have you been? Ding dong. Hello. Bringing that back. I like it. I'm so here for the Bailey Psylocke era. It's giving Psylocke. If you're a comic book head, you know. If you know, you know. Oh, girl, what? Damn, she called Nia dumb. Rude. Ooh. Oh, Naomi's here. Did Naomi borrow Sasha's wig? Naomi borrowed Sasha's wig. That looks like the same one I have. Mine's a little longer. And that's not to be shady at all. I didn't mean that in a shady way at all. But it's giving Sasha. Oh, Cuz is fighting. What's with the purple hair? I dead feel like Naomi brought Mercedes' wig. And we got a cat fight. Nia beating up Bailey. Bianca on top of Nia. Naomi whooping Nia. Prettiest moonsault ever. And still standing is the champion. She took them all down. Oh boy. This goes to show you this is what's next up for Tiffy. She's gonna have a target on her back with all these women chasing her too in the midst of it all. Uh-oh, what's happening here? Nick Aldis is here. Fatal 4-way. Whoa. Right now? Did he just say right now? Nick Aldis, breaking news, Nick Aldis just made a fatal 4-way match right now for the number one contendership for the title that Tiffany has right now. Right now. And it's Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair versus Naomi versus Bailey. Oh my God, Naomi versus Bianca. Oh my God. We have tag team partners that are also in a fatal 4-way. Let's take a pause. Go check out www talkpod.com for all our cool merch. And we're going to revisit this in a second.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR.
I just have one question. I just have one question for you guys. And this is in regards to what Nick Aldis just announced, but
Why would that man play games with me? Why would you play games with me?
what do you mean there's going to be a fatal four-way right now? Like what? We have a fatal four-way match that's about to happen as soon as we get back from commercial on Friday Night SmackDown tonight, and it is between Nia, Bailey, Naomi, and Bianca. And mind you, Bianca and Naomi are tag team champions. They're in a fatal four-way for the number one contendership against Tiffy Time. This is crazy. And they just put this on us now. There was no indication that there was another match happening. None. Oh my God, guys. What are they doing? What is going to happen? What are they doing? And you know what? Not for nothing, guys. I can't help but notice the hair on Naomi's head is Sasha Banks. And if I remember, that was like Team Bad Sasha Banks. And like, oh my God, that was so dangerous. That could have been really bad. Team Bad Sasha Banks, heel Sasha Banks. I can't help but notice. But yeah. Let's get into the comments because this is a lot. This is a lot. Jeffrey is as stumped as I am. Benjamin says, let's have a fatal four-way. Bianca and Naomi against each other. Right. My question as well. Said, I want you to elaborate for the people on this. What do you mean? None of this makes Tiffany look like a champ. How and why and what is your reasoning? I would love to hear that. I think that's a great statement that we can dive into. Courtney says, this is what I need Mariah May to do in her AEW Women's Championship reign that Tiffy is doing right now. You would have thought. You'd have totally thought, especially with the way that they made her champion in such a big way, that she would have been able to come up with a whole nother character, like a whole new character that not the glamour, like, more on a Tiffy Time kind of gimmick. My thing is, we have 3 faces and 1 heel in the ring right now. What are we looking at? What is this about? Benjamin says, can we get a bango? Here's to hoping. Here's to hoping that it is. Jeffrey, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. What do you guys think is happening in here? Because I have no freaking idea. I'm going to need Councilman to explain something to me. How he was able to pull this kind of thing off. And did he even know that Nick Aldis was going to do this in the first place? I mean, Tiffy didn't look like she was upset. She's just basically, bring it. Whoever wants it, come get some. Give it. It's giving John Cena. So she didn't look worried. But I'm worried. What's going to happen here? Jassim says, does Lily come to life? Bro, she could. She might. Don't test her. She would. Oh, these two. Be on the lookout for my little poison pixie who might be lurking at ringside. Another one with purple hair. She got the lavender. Bailey got the Psylocke color, that royal purple, and Naomi's got that borderline magenta. What's happening between these two? This is happening. Oh, they were communicating. At least it looked like it. Yeah. Ow. Jesus, Bianca. She broke that pin with all intents and purposes. I can't help but see Sasha Banks in my head with Naomi in this wig. I'm bugging out. Well, Bianca and Naomi wearing pink or purplish hair. We're thinking like we've been talking this whole time, like who attacked Jade? Who was it? Who was the person who did it? Who said it was just one person? I don't want to come to any assumptions or jump to any conclusions here, but who said it was just one person? What if it was two people? I don't know. My thing is how you got Jade and Bianca separated at one point. Whoever was able to do that was very smart. You feel me, right, Jeffrey? You see? Like I don't want to jump to any conclusions here, guys, but I have eyes, okay? I wasn't born yesterday. Just saying. I honestly, that's something I don't think I have personally discussed here with you guys, where it could be more than one person who attacked Jade. This is I can't believe this match is happening right now. Like I thought this was going to be a whole Tiffy celebration and they ruined it, and then I thought he was going to make the match next week or something. No, tonight. Which means the final match tonight, that tag team match ain't going to be shit. It's not going to be nothing. This is their swerve right here. Something is going to be happening during this match that they want us to see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Naomi with a Samoan drop on Bailey while Nia Jax with a Samoan drop on Bailey while Naomi and Bianca suplex Nia. That is crazy work right there. Look at that. Holy shit. Why is there a fatal four-way match and there's tag team champions that are on the same team in this match? This is the second time they've done something like this because they did this when Jade and Bianca were in the Queen of the Ring tournament. What's happening here, guys? Like, what the hell is going on? This is so crazy. This is so crazy. I can't believe this is happening. This for you know what, and this is probably why they kept it real short and sweet with their little announcements on the site and on their socials with just three things: Tiffy celebration, and then the two matches: the U.S. title match for the women and the U.S. title match for the men. Y'all think y'all slick? You think Nick Aldis, Triple H, Final Boss, all of you up there? Ugh. Yeah, and you know what? It makes sense because you got to up the ante now after having the stellar Friday last week and starting it off by with a successful cash in for a women's champion. Then you have Raw, Netflix, The Rock showing up on NXT. If you ask me of all the appearances of anybody from NXT as far as like the legends go, The Rock is the biggest one. You had Randy Orton there, you had Finn Balor there, you had AJ Styles there. You had you had Baron Corbin there. I mean, well, Baron Corbin's not up there, but you know what I mean. Randy Orton, I said Randy Orton, but Undertaker showing up there. Bro, listen, The Rock on NXT, crazy. They kept it super hush hush for no reason, Jeffrey. I'm offended. Like, we're supposed to be a wrestling community. I don't know about all these secrets anymore, but you know what? This is important because this is what we need back. We need back the element of surprise. We need back that element of surprise. Even though we have social media and all this shit now, we have so much access to shit that we shouldn't have access to. It's just stupid because one thing I missed about back in the day was, like not knowing who was going to be in the Rumble, or not seeing the whole card of the whole roster of wrestlers that are superstars that are going to be taking part in the Rumble. Like, I want to be surprised when I hear that music. I want to be, you know, like, I want to be wowed with shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. Jeffrey said, I wouldn't be surprised if Jade comes out after this. She's been in the Performance Center. I did not know that. Oh my God, if Jade's coming back, and the first thing she's doing is whipping somebody's ass. And whoever's ass she whips, that's who attacked her. Oh my God, it's going to be so crazy. That's going to be a wild moment. But I can't believe we're here. Aaron Teagle, good to see you. What's up, sis? How you doing? Happy Friday. Are you ready for SmackDown? Are you ready for the Royal Rumble? Are you ready for WrestleMania 41? I'm ready for it all. We're here for Honey Night SmackDown. We've been here for the last 2 hours. We are in the last hour to go. And yeah, there's going to be a lot going on. There's already been a lot going on. We have a fatal 4-way match, and there's tag team champions in the same match going against each other. And now you got Bailey and Nia and Naomi all in here, and Bailey and Bianca working together and shit. Like, this is crazy. If Jade shows up, that would be wild. Yeah. If Jade shows up tonight, that would be crazy. Right, Dad. These girls are working tonight. Chris says Bianca Belair and Naomi are not winning anyway. Well, then who are you booking to win? Jeffrey, you. Now we got Bianca and Bailey. Both veterans in their own right. 2 women who have a hell of a history together. Dad asks, hey, how about the final boss having his daughters back on NXT just like I got yours? I know, it was very, very final boss vibes. Always give final boss vibes, but I think that's any dad with their girls. Any girl dad anyway. But yeah, that was actually a pretty funny segment. And he actually put over Ethan Page, which was actually a great moment for Ethan if you really think about it. He even got a pat on the butt. Naomi on fire right now, firing up this match. Not trying to go for the Hurricane on Nia there, but nope. Little reverse leg sweep there. Naomi going for that finish. Moonsault 1, 2. Nia with the kick out. Jeffrey says, facts, I miss being genuinely surprised back in the day. Aaron Teagle says he's a Green Bay Packer fan. Shout outs to Green Bay. I, however, am a Steeler fan. So you're more the green and yellow. I'm more the black and yellow side, if you don't mind. Jeffrey says, Dad, that was a great wholesome moment. That really was. Seeing them 2 together was really sweet. Like, I remember when he showed her baby pictures, man. I remember when we saw little pictures of her. Like, she's the GM of NXT now. Who's this? What's going on here? Who's that? Oh, Candice LeRae. Courtney called it. Candice LeRae is at ringside. Jeffrey says he's nervous for some reason. Me too. There's a lot going on. And then Candice just came out and shit. What is happening, bro? And this is the big 2 out of 3. This is the big 2 out of 3, bro. Why they want to put our girls against each other? Why? Ooh, Bianca girl. Oh, shit. Okay, so they didn't lay hands on each other. Word, Jeffrey. Ava is now literally the final boss of NXT. She really is. Ben says this is good. Boza says that at the same time, NXT will give them their next challenger, either Raw's Unholy Union or the Metaphor Girls. And that's going to be good. Can't wait for that. Oh, Bailey to belly to Bianca right there. Naomi breaking the pin. There's just so many variables to this match. It's about to be 10:30. 1, 2. Naomi almost tried to go for the pin. Well, tried to go for the pin for Bailey. Nia broke it. Nia with a Samoan drop to Naomi, and Bianca breaking the pin from Nia. Oh, Bianca was laying on Naomi. That could have counted as a pin if they really wanted it to. I just saw that. Bianca just covered Naomi, and the ref didn't count. Am I the only one seeing things here? I'm glad I'm not the only one. I hope you guys saw that as well. They have time, but we still have the tag team match. I mean, that's pretty much just going to end up being a brawl out, maybe. It's all about this match. I don't know. Boza, I can't even tell if it was the ref screwing up, or I mean, maybe because he didn't see the hook of the leg. I don't know. But that was a pin. Bianca showing off her athleticism here. Pinned Bailey and no kick out. What is going on? Why do we have the women's tag team champions fighting in a fatal 4-way right now? Two of these women are the big 2 out of 3. Which one of these women attacked Jade? Oh, Candice LeRae pulling on Bianca's hair. Girl, you know you don't mess with the hair. Oh, she just whipped Naomi. Of course, she was intending for Candice. We all know that. At least I hope. But she whipped Naomi. Bailey with the roleplay. 1, 2. Bailey came out on top and pinned Naomi. And she is now the number 1 contender for Tiffany Stratton's title. Nia and Bianca wiped each other out outside. Nobody was able to break the pin. But Bianca hit Naomi with her hair by accident. Oh, guys. She didn't mean to. She was having a tug of war with her own hair with Candice LeRae. It was technically Candice LeRae's fault. Oh, man. This is crazy, y'all. What a crazy turn of events to this story. There's going to be some trouble between Naomi and Bianca. Oh my God. And they're tag team champions. Cody said, let's not worry about the OTC stuff. I knew it was coming. Oh, hell no, Mello. You better stay in your lane. You don't want this smoke, bro. Get out of here, Mello. Jimmy will whip your ass. Mello don't miss. He looked like Rikishi when he did that shit. He did no yeet. His thing is no yeet. It's still, I love that it's still that. I'm here for that. I'm here for it. Jeffrey, what do you guys, we'll talk about it on the post show. We're not going to talk about it now. We got to move on. We're up to the final half hour of our Honey Night SmackDown watch along, guys. We're 10:30 and we have one more match to go. We have the tag team match happening between Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso teaming up against Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Now, I will say there's been no sign of Solo Sikoa, which is very refreshing for me because, I wouldn't want to show my face neither after I wrongfully have been proclaiming myself a tribal chief. And I couldn't even become a tribal chief. I couldn't even win a singles title. I couldn't even win an Ula Fala. I stole it and supposedly proclaimed myself a tribal chief. It's not how it goes around here, Mr. Solo Sikoa. So you need to learn and acknowledge who your true tribal chief.
I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
Yeah. And so yeah, I would probably hide out for another week or so just to make sure I truly get over it. And can't wait to see what happens next. But in the meantime, very interesting turn of events for the story of the big 2 out of 3. I wouldn't say it was shenanigans, but I would definitely say there was some miscommunication, or not even, just a mistake. And mistakes do happen. At least we think so. It doesn't look like it was anything intentional. Not sure what to make of it. And not sure why we had to see that tonight, but they made sure. Once they said this was going to be a fatal 4-way, and you have Naomi and Bianca involved, and mind you, Naomi is holding the tag team championship for Jade Cargill, while in order for Bianca not to forfeit the titles from the get-go. Something's in the water, guys. There's something in the water, and I don't know what to make of it, but I can't wait to find out how far we go with this story. There's just constant stories within stories everywhere. And this has been another ongoing mystery story with who attacked Jade Cargill. Now there's some friction going on. I know there's going to be a little bit of friction between these two backstage, or maybe even after this match or next week. Not sure, but something's got to give. But nonetheless, congratulations to Bayley. She is the #1 contender for Tiffy time, and that should be really good. This would then be the second horsewoman that Tiffy time faces. We've seen her go against Becky Lynch, and now we got her going against Bayley. Very, very interesting journey this Tiffany Stratton is going on, and this is one for the books, and I'm pretty happy to be witnessing such a reign, because this is going to be a good title run for Miss Tiffy. I see a lot of good things for her, but now that she has gold around her waist after a successful cash-in, this is pretty much them stamping her as the brand and the face for SmackDown going forward for the year. So I can't wait to see what she brings to the table. Can't wait to see what kind of reign she has. And her first stop is going to be Bayley. That's wild. That's a pretty good first round for a defense. I like that for her. But yeah, man. So we are in our last half hour for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you guys stick around. I see there's quite a few of you guys in the chat, and quite a few of you in the viewers. So make sure you guys stick around for the post show that will be taking place right after this here on Women's Wrestling Talk. We'll go through the events of the night really quick, and we'll get your takes on what happened, and I will share my takes as well, and we'll get into all of the fun stuff. But we have one more match to go. Jimmy Uso, Cody Rhodes versus Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. to cap it off for the night. I'm still pretty stunned by everything that just transpired. The women have been cooking it up. And we have a backstage segment here. I want to know what you guys think about what just happened. And we'll talk about it more in the post show. But let me know quick flash thoughts. She's going to face Tiffy next week. Very interesting words from the horsewoman Bailey there. The veteran Bailey, the role model. And she will be seeing Tiffany Stratton for the women's championship on the line. Like the third SmackDown of the year, and already Tiffy's defending her title and against Bailey. That's big, y'all. That's crazy. And then you have Los Garza versus Motor City Machine Guns next week. And I'm sure the winner of that match will go on to face off for the tag team titles against DIY. Solo Sikoa will be returning next week. Whoop-de freaking do. Nobody is going to acknowledge you, Solo Sikoa, because you are not the tribal chief, and we tried to tell you. You just continue to not listen to us, and you know, you want to bum rush the party, but guess what? You ain't breaking the OTC's party now. Jacob and Tamatanga is a very, very, very scary tag team. Anybody with Jacob Fatu, especially with one of his family members, I'm scared. Very nice. Yeah, everybody cheers for Jacob. It's so funny. I love Tamatanga. Yo, look at that man, bro. Not for nothing, man. You know what I would love to see? You know what I would love to see if the big guy was still around and if he could still be around? Jacob Fatu versus Brock Lesnar. Oh my God. Jacob Fatu versus Brock Lesnar. Because did you just see the way he's staring into that camera? Like, you trying to make me believe that Braun Breaker is as scary as that? Or is when Brock Lesnar staring into a camera? Like, I mean, I get it. Brock Breaker, don't get me wrong. Brock Breaker is scary. But I'm just saying, the way Jacob looked into that camera, I can't deal. I can't deal. Oh, man. Let's see what everybody's saying in the comments. Boza says, I wonder how Councilman feels that Bailey is his client's first challenger. I agree. I'm very curious to find out as well. We might have to tune in on Monday, or you never know. You say his name enough times and he might appear. Jeffrey says, I'm more scared that this mess will, with their psyche, scared that this will mess with their psyche and make Naomi turn on Bianca. Benjamin says Bianca and Naomi are going to lose the tag belts. You wait and see. Dad says there's going to be so much heat between Naomi and Bianca after this match. Yes, I cannot not acknowledge this comment here. Jassim says I miss Bray Wyatt so much. He was the guy. He definitely was. Miss him every day. And you know, we this is why we do this stuff, because you know, for people like and creatives like Bray Wyatt, he would want us to be doing what we loved, because that's exactly what he did and how he lived his life. So, but I love the comment. I will always acknowledge Bray Wyatt. Boza says Honey's Tribal Chief will be in Atlanta January 27th. Cannot wait. And cannot wait for the rollout for 2K25. Should be really, really good. And I think my Tribal Chief is on the cover. It's going to be awesome. Dad says Solo's going to get kicked out by Fatu. That's my prediction. Mackenzie says the women's fatal 4-way was insane. Yep. And still left so many open-ended situations that we still are going to have to watch play out in the upcoming weeks. This is going to probably lead to something that's going to affect the big 2 out of 3 going forward by WrestleMania for sure. Dad says with the women's match, beef for the Rumble. Yep, because all these women are going to have to see each other eventually again. And there's only one place where you do, and that's the Rumble. That's where I think that's why I would have figured Jade Cargill would return if unless she did tonight, which she didn't. But I feel like she could return at the Rumble again, being that was her first event that she debuted on the roster as well. So, but how is she going to debut this time? What kind of Jade Cargill are we going to get? And what does she feel about this situation going on? Well, Boza, they just announced that they're going to be facing off next week. The Tiffy and Bailey. It's going to be next week for the title. Boza says she's facing the 4 horsewomen. If Sasha does return, I want to see her face her and Charlotte, all of the horsewomen. And she's going to beat them all. Watch. That would be crazy. Boza says they will pull Saturday night main event out of their butts. Can't believe Tiffany Stratton versus Bailey's next week in San Diego on SmackDown. So they got to up the ante every week. I see what we're doing here, because they also have to compete with Raw and Netflix. So basically, not even competing with Raw and Netflix, but it's just the up the ante, because you got to keep the excitement going. So I get it. And I'm here for it. Bailey is from California, so it makes sense. And you know the hometown heroes never win. I mean, they're gonna be fine in San Diego with Solo. I mean, they're from that side, you know. They're from the Bay Area, but you know what I mean. Like, they're from Cali. So we got Roman and Cena already declared for the Rumble. Jacob's theme song is fire. I actually have it downloaded. The minute he debuted and I found out where I could get it, I downloaded it, because I was just like, nah, I need all of them. Tama Tonga's theme song too, solo theme song, fire. I mean, Solo's theme song is fire, but I mean like Tama Tonga when he's by himself, like sickening. Otherwise, they all come out to Solo's music. Jacob's going to be a success when he's on his own. Oh, absolutely. Jacob's going to be an absolute freaking problem. And in the words, I say the words as I read. My brother here, Dion, All-Star Fandom, is joining us. Dion, glad you're here. Have you seen anything that has transpired this evening? Jasim says, no more I love you solo chance. It's dead now. That's how I feel. I acknowledge the OTC. Benjamin says Bailey's going to be on Raw. Dion says more promos for Jacob. I agree. Real life animal is Jacob. Yeah, for real. For real. Jacob versus Brock Lesnar would be something very exciting to see. And here comes Cody Rhodes. Jimmy's already in the ring. We got the American Nightmare. And we only have about 18 minutes left of this show. Like and share this video right now. Let all your peeps know that the Wrestling with Honey on Women's Wrestling Talk Honey Night SmackDown watch along is coming to an end, but there will also be a post show afterwards. So make sure you guys stick around, all you viewers. I'm watching you, everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hang with me after we're done watching SmackDown, and after this match is over, we're gonna go into the Wrestling with Honey post show and quickly go over the events of the evening and wrap it up from there. So I appreciate all of you guys for hanging with me for these 3 hours. This has been an amazing watch along. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. And yeah, man. I still can't get over what just happened with the women's fatal 4-way. And I'm so wondering where this leads. Because now that means with everything going on between Bianca and Naomi, now that there has been a mishap between them two while holding the titles, now we know that Jade is definitely coming soon. Jade is going to be coming soon. To start the show, out the love, kites, come on, I'm home. Whoa. And then, of course, we have the American Nightmare, the undisputed champion, who ruined the timeline.
It happened to happen at WrestleMania. He has to finish his story. Dion says, I'll be keeping up on Twitter, but I had to show up and watch my guy, Mr. Main Event. Yeah, not for nothing. The women, again, I'm going to say the women should have closed tonight. Again, this is the second week in a row when I feel the women should have closed. Because the way they announced that fatal 4-way, they made it seem like something crazy was going to happen, even though something pretty crazy happened, but it wasn't like a return or a comeback or anything like that. But stirring the pot out here, man, and I'm totally here for it. And we got Cody and Tamatonga kicking it off. And you guys could also relive an epic New Year's Evil encore episode from this past week tomorrow on the CW at 8 o'clock. So they're going to be giving repeats of NXT CW on Saturday. So now you can watch it Tuesday. And if you miss it Tuesday, you can watch it Saturday. Bro, WWE is not playing games this year. Not playing any games. Benjamin says, I'm also watching the Ohio playoff game. How is that game going, by the way? I don't Patchy's watching it in the living room. I haven't been able to check up on the score or anything, because I'm keeping you guys entertained. Are you not entertained? Mackenzie says Roman Reigns might win the Rumble because he's the cover star of the new wrestling game. I don't necessarily think that's the reason why he would win the Rumble. I think because he's the tribal chief, he could win the Rumble because he's determined to get his title back. Absolutely. But I don't necessarily think that it's because he's on the cover of a video game. but I'm excited for it and I can't wait to get it. I'll tell you that much. Going picture Jacob Fatu's already wreaking havoc in the ring. I have a feeling Kevin Owens is going to get involved here. I don't know if we see Jey Uso or if we see Sami Zayn. I don't know. Cindy says, so much for if he wins, we will acknowledge him. Hey, you said it, not me, girl. Benjamin says, you are right, honey. The women's match should have closed the show. That was a banger. Definitely a banger tonight. Shout outs to all 4 women and congrats again to the winner, which was Bailey. If you guys are just tuning in, sorry for the spoilers, but feel free to stick around with us for the post show after we're done with our Honey Night SmackDown watch along here on Women's Wrestling Talk. Jasim says, I'm surprised Jacob Fatu did not get arrested yet for punching these security guards. Yeah, there's no containing Jacob Fatu. No, there's no containing him. Once you get him, he's Tasmanian Devil. Once you get him going, he's not stopping for shit. Jeffrey says, I'm definitely rewatching it tomorrow night. I could always rewatch it on my DVR. Cousin Ron says, what do you expect from a solid heel, Cindy? Good point. Benjamin says SmackDown has been really good the last 2 weeks, and it's only going to get better. We have the women's title on the line already and being defended by Tiffany Stratton going against Bailey. Solo Sikoa is going to be returning. We have Los Garza versus Pretty Deadly. Was it Los Garza and Pretty Deadly? Or is it DIY and Pretty Deadly? Anyway, we have the tag team division going on. We have we also had Chelsea Green defending the US title tonight. Like they just got to continue to up the ante, and I like that they're already putting Tiffany Stratton in a position where she's a defending champion. Ohio State is winning 21-14 in the fourth quarter. Wow. How much time is left? Jasim says, you think we might see heel Roman Reigns? That was the best Roman Reigns. You think he'll go back or stay babyface? I think Roman Reigns will stay Roman Reigns. I don't think it matters if he's a heel or a face anymore. I think Roman Reigns is one of the most important characters in WWE history. You know, he's a great contribution to WWE history. He was born into WWE history. He has main evented the most times in WWE history. He is ranked 3rd longest reigning champion in history. You know, I think Roman Reigns is just at this point a groundbreaker. He is a needle mover. He is a main eventer. He is a legend. He is a future Hall of Famer. He's an icon. So I don't necessarily look at Roman Reigns as far when he had his heel turn and aligned himself with Paul Heyman. I think that will be the best version we see of Roman Reigns. It will be also the truest version of Roman Reigns that we'll ever see. And I think Roman Reigns is just one of the most important characters of our generation and this generation. He's very crucial to the business. And I freaking love the work he's done. I've loved the work he's done since he first arrived on the scene. Even when he was getting dogged out by freaking Baron Corbin and getting cat food and crap thrown all over him while he's handcuffed to a pole and being made fun of with somebody in a big dog mascot outfit and putting him in the worst storylines and in the worst possible promos he could ever do. His growth and his contributions to wrestling history will never be denied. And I think we can all agree with that. So I think the best Roman Reigns we'll see will be the Roman Reigns we continue to see every time he shows up. You know, because I feel like he's always at his best. Because he holds himself to a very high standard. He holds the locker room to a very high standard. He's a leader. So, I think any Roman Reigns we see is the best Roman Reigns because he always tries to be the best version of himself with every performance, kind of like John Cena. And this is the final year for that as well. We have John Cena. We already have John Cena and Roman Reigns in a Rumble for 2025. Just I think about it. Like, that's crazy to even think about. And these two are future Hall of Famers. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they get entered in the Hall of Fame like right after they retire, because they'll both deserve it. Cindy'll begs a very good question, and I'll post this one to the chat as well. Is it me? Is it just me who saw the Naomi as one half of the tag team champs and has a number one contenders match with her tag team partner, and it felt very similar? Hmm. That's something to think about. Courtney says Motor City Machine Guns facing off against Los Garza will be happening next week. Yes, that will also be happening next week. How does a hip attack not hurt? Beats me. But then again, this is his family, and like, it's probably like the headbutt thing, the Samoan headbutt thing. Look at Jimmy, bro. Jimmy doing high fly shit. Look at you, Jimmy. Oh shit. Oh, Cody Rhodes with that quick body slam that Randy Orton likes to do also. We have yet to see Randy Orton resurface as well. Oh, Tama Tonga was able to reverse that right there. Up. Still not quick enough for the American Nightmare. Got to be quicker than that. And here we go. Rhodes is going to fly through. A little suicide dive. And the champ is pretty fired up, if you ask me. Roman Reigns is going to compete in the Royal Rumble, y'all. This is Roman Reigns' first Rumble since 2020. Oop. Those punches look familiar. Tribute to Dusty Rhodes. Pin, 1-2. Kick out by Tama Tonga. And you know what? Not for nothing, WWE. I really, really, really dig your new referee uniforms. I love them. They're not as distracting. That black and white thing. And I just feel like that's more of a football thing and a hockey thing and a basketball thing. Okay, 1, 2. Kick out by Cody Rhodes. Tama Tonga pretty close there, but no cigar. 28-14 in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left to go for Ohio State. Thanks for the update, Ben. Jeffrey thinks that Randy's going to return at the Rumble. Jasim says, I think Cody Rhodes is doing a tremendous job as champion. Yes, I think he is as well. But not as tremendous as my tribal chief. Ooh, suplex there. And an Uso splash to Tama Tonga. Go for the pin. Hurry up. Up, Jacobs in there. Too late. Little Uso chop there. I smell a Cody cutter. Oh, off the top rope. Cleverly done. Well done by Cody. Here comes a suicide dive by Jimmy Uso. Oh, watch out, y'all. Watch out. He almost took Wade Barrett's head off. Jacob onto the outside. Cody left in the ring with Tama Tonga. Oh, Kevin Owens is there. No. Oh, Cody wants the smoke. He's beating the shit out of Kevin Owens. Wait, but what about Jimmy? But what about Jimmy? How you gonna leave Jimmy with Jacob and Tamatonga? Oh, Jimmy with a spear. Not the best spear, but hey, a spear nonetheless. Oh shit, going for a Uso splash on Tamatonga, and he got it. And here's a 1, here's a 2. And he drags Jimmy out. Jacob Fatu dragging Jimmy out of the way. Tamatonga with the tag. Where's Jey Uso? Where's Jey Uso? Jacob is just going off on Jimmy. And Jimmy is donezo. Oh, Jacob Fatu with a nasty DDT. That reminded me of like the Jake the Snake DDTs. And another moonsault. 1, 2, and a 3. Cody, you left Jimmy. Bro. Cody Rhodes, you left Jimmy out. You left Jimmy. How disrespectful is that? And now you're getting your ass beat in the parking lot again. This is what happens because you had to finish your damn story. You brought this on yourself, and then you go out and you didn't even finish your match. Kevin and Cody are still brawling. Oh my God, he's gonna pile drive him onto those tables. Oh, I was gonna say somebody's going into those tables. Those cleverly placed tables. Ugh, told you. And it ended up being both of them. They're both broken in half, and so are those tables. That was a terrible spear, Cody. And they got, like, how are they going to even get to the Rumble? Three weeks is Royal Rumble, guys. In 3 weeks. Unreal. Next Friday, San Diego, California. Oh boy. The stories must go on. And that is all she wrote for tonight's Honey Night SmackDown, guys. That was so much fun. That was very, very eventful for a second SmackDown of the new year. Looks like they're doing their very best and doing a great job, I might add, of keeping us on our toes. And it looks like we're just going to be getting this all year. It's not going to stop. It's not going to end. And let's just enjoy the ride. Portland definitely did get spoiled, Boza. They definitely did. They're going to need a stipulation to keep Cody and KO apart until Rumble, for sure. All because he had to finish it. I'm just saying. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let Councilman say it.
It happens to happen at WrestleMania. He has to finish his story.
Like, all because this is all happening to you because you had to finish your damn story. And you didn't even help your partner, Jimmy. You turned your back on Kevin. Randy Orton is where he is because of you as well. You know, anybody who aligns themselves with you gets jumped by Drew McIntyre. You know, like, I don't know what to expect anymore, but hey, here we are. And that is all we have for tonight, guys, for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. It is 11 o'clock over here on the East Coast. And I just want to say thank you all for joining me. Please do not go away or stray too far. Go replenish your beverages. Go refill your snack bowl, because we have a quick post show we are going to do right here on Women's Wrestling Talk. So please stick around and make sure you like and subscribe to us on Women's Wrestling Talk on YouTube and all the social platforms, so you could put your notifications on and that way we can let you know when we're having our watch alongs, when our post shows are starting. So stick around and just beware of your notifications for that pop-up. We will be going live for our post show in the next couple minutes. But I wanted to shout out all of you guys for joining us for the watch along. Cindy, Jeffrey, Boza, Dad, Benjamin, Chris, let's see, Jeffrey, Courtney, Ced, Jasim, cousin Ron, everybody in here, Dion, appreciate you all. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. And like I said, please don't stray too far. Bobby as well, Bobby Petito. Make sure you guys stick around. And Boza, make sure you guys stick around so that way we can discuss the post show in a moment. But that's all we have for tonight. We will reconvene on Women's Wrestling Talk for WWT Live on Monday. We also stay tuned for we have Monday Night Mayor, Tuesday Night Pharaoh, Wednesday Night Rice, and of course our Honey Night SmackDown. And next Friday for WWT Live, we will be having our next debate where we will be discussing who is the best Shield member. Of course, this is opinion based. There is no wrong answer, but we are going to do exactly what we did last year when we had our debate about the 4 horsewomen. We are now doing it with the 3 members of the Shield. And I know you guys know who they are, so we're not going to get into all that. But yes, stay tuned for all of that. Make sure you guys check out all things www talkpod.com and check out all the cool merch we got on there, the new merch we got on there, all the new content, the website that was updated. Shout outs to our amazing elected official councilman, Pharaoh, for doing such a bang up job on everything. And, you know, we're just making moves out here, and I love to see it. I love to hear it. And I can't wait for you guys to purchase some of that merch. So make sure you guys check all of that out. Again, that's www talkpod.com. You can check out all of our interviews, all of our content that we got on there, any archived episodes, debates, and all the cool things. Shout outs to our amazing sponsors, our All Caribbean Wrestling. Shout outs and congratulations again to Mark Henry for becoming the CEO of All Caribbean Wrestling. Check them out on all the social platforms. They got a lot of amazing things going on, and some more events coming in 2025. So you might want to stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, I'm your girl, Wrestling with Honey. You can follow me on all the social spaces and under Wrestling with Honey, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube. Yeah. And also, please like and subscribe to the new podcast that I will be a part of with our elected official, Councilman Will Pharaoh, and our people's nightmare, Dion from All Star Fandom. We are doing a podcast called the Kayfabe Podcast, and I can't wait for you guys to see what we've been cooking up or what we will be cooking up. It's going to be a lot of fun, and shout out to my bros at the Kayfabe Podcast. So I will see you guys in a minute for the post show, and we're going to go over everything really quickly. So refill your cups, refill your beverages, fill up your snack bowl, and I will see you in a minute. Have a good night, y'all.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WWTalkPod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.